my son. Our hopes and dreams travel with you.
You'll be an outcast. They'll kill him.
How? He'll be a god to them.
On Krypton, they use a different technology for their displays through this technology that we called liquid geo.
This stemmed from an idea that Zack Snyder had. He wanted to do something that was interesting and different in the way that you saw information presented. He didn't want to do just a typical screen. And so one of the ideas that Zack had was to make it a little bit more tactile. The shapes really need to transform. You need something that has that look, but has to be, in a sense, more liquid.
You came from Krypton.
The way we created the display shapes was through a combination of animation and simulation. And once that animation was sort of finalized, the effects department would run simulations on top of that animation.
In addition to just the form, you also need the lighting. That was the thing that we discovered as we were really, looking into it and trying to make it work. And so what we tried to come up with was this kind of hybrid technique that would allow us to kind of develop these forms on the fly. So they had this sort of metallic, liquid, droplet kind of feel, but it felt tactile.
Long ago, in an era of expansion, our race spread out through the stars, seeking new worlds to settle upon.
There's a sequence in the film where Jor-El, who is Superman's father, teaches him about where he came from, what life was like on Krypton. We did a lot of experimentation to figure out what this history of Krypton would look like. We started with just the liquid bead geo kind of technology itself, and that was reasonably straightforward. We did quite a lot of concept art. We really just sort of explored those kind of aesthetic looks, but applied to spaceships and alien technology, and tried to figure out what that might look like. The tiny beads of geometry move around and form new surfaces, and those surfaces move as well. So you'll have little bits of almost kind of stylized Greco-Roman bas-relief kind of look. And we simplified the shapes down a little bit and made them kind of graphic and bold, in some ways like Art Deco a little bit as well.